What's up, Alex? Just when I thought my day couldn't get any worse, you go live. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to ruin your fucking day. How many of y'all have actually heard this album already? Don't worry, Cole, I'm here. Don't know how long I'll be here since I'm on no sleep, but I'll try to make it to the end of the stream. Well, I appreciate it, Super Pony. I was terrified until you showed up here, so thank you. You have not heard this album yet. Okay. I haven't heard it either. I heard a couple of the singles, but I have not heard the whole thing. Too busy bumping the new Stones album. I have not listened. I don't think I've listened to 1 second of the new Stones album. And my streaming reality awaits when it drops. That depends on if I'll actually be here when it drops. When the hell does reality awaits drop? In 2 days. Oh, yeah, I should be. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I suppose so. I think. I'm pretty sure. That's the plan. And I hope I'm able to stick to that plan. But I can't, I'm not going to promise anything. See, I've even heard that, like, the new Stones album, like, the reviews that I've seen for it have been like, hey, it's pretty solid. This is a good album. And I'm like, well, the Stones albums that are considered, like, their best albums, I think are already just whatever. So, I can't imagine that one that's just like, yeah, it's a solid Stones album. I'm like, alright, I'll probably think it's like a 4 then. So, why would I bother? What are the odds you get Noah to join? I have no idea. I mean, I can ask him. I have no idea what his answer will be. Because he hasn't said anything to me about coming back or anything. But I guess I'll ask him. I don't love my odds, but who knows? And on the poll that I did for this album stream, the yeses did win. So there we go. It's not bad, but you hate the Stones, so I don't know. Do I hate the Stones? I feel like I don't really care about the Stones. I mean, there are certainly songs by the Stones that I do hate, but I don't feel like I hate the Rolling Stones. If I hated the Rolling Stones, I don't think I would like any of their songs. Or, like, maybe I would think they have, like, one good song. I don't think I hate the Stones. You have zero hope in this being any good. The Jack White album or the Strokes album? The Strokes album. It has a lot of red flags right now. They haven't really made a good single. I literally said I would fight Mick Jagger if I ever saw him. When did I say I would fight Mick Jagger? I mean, I don't know why I don't know what would compel me to fight Mick Jagger. Like, he hasn't done anything to me. I don't feel like I really said that. I don't think I said that at all. The Strokes album will be peak if you can just get over the auto-tune. It took me a while, but I'm okay with it. I feel like it would be hard for an album to be peak if there's a pretty massive and glaring issue with it. I made that up, but you didn't immediately deny it, so it kind of proved my point. I immediately questioned the validity of it because I don't know why I would ever say that. I don't think I would, like, try to get a picture with him or anything, because I don't really care. I mean, maybe I would just to be like, look, I got a picture with Mick Jagger. I don't know when I would ever be anywhere near Mick Jagger, so I'm not really worried about this, because I don't think me and him will ever be within hundreds of miles of each other, so I'm not too concerned about this, but it's a good question. An interesting question is, would I try to get a picture with Mick Jagger? Which I feel like I wouldn't. Alrighty, we want to get this thing going. I liked going shopping when I first heard it, and it's only grown on me, but I still think Falling Out of Love is ass. I barely even remember what the songs sound like. But anyway, we are here to listen to this new Jack White album called Frozen Charlotte. I assume most of you know who Jack White is. Used to be in the White Stripes. Was kind of like the main songwriter, singer, and guitar player for the White Stripes. Who were one of my favorite bands of, like, the, early 2000s. I know they started in the late 90s, but they really kind of hit a stride in the early 2000s. Now he's doing a solo career, and he's made some pretty cool stuff in his solo career. He's a little hit and miss with his albums in his solo career. His first couple are just kind of, they're fine, but there's nothing really super compelling about them to me. But when he made Boarding House Reach, he turned the tables for me. He really made some interesting decisions, and I think that album is really cool. He's made, I think, 3 more since Boarding House Reach. 2 of them I have enjoyed. Fear of the Dawn was cool, and his untitled album, or called No Name or whatever, is very good as well. Entering Heaven Alive, I think, is the other one. It's fine. It's kind of just whatever though. But he's got another one. Came out. I don't know when it came. It came out came out on the 10th. So I'm a little late, but I didn't have a choice. So here we go. Yeah. Let's see what one of my boys, Jack White, can do. Frozen Charlotte, starting out with God and the Broken Ribs. I'm in an Uber right now and a song from the new Stones album just came on. Is it on the radio? Do the Stones really still care about getting songs on the radio? Or is your Uber driver just like the Stones and is just playing on his phone? Yes, to which question? Was on Sirius XM. I can't believe the Stones. I mean, I guess why not put it on the radio, but like, I can't believe people listen to the radio. That blows my mind. I would love to know how he writes his lyrics. Why is it so hard to believe a new Rolling Stones song will be played on the radio other than Rolling Stones? I can't believe people listen to the radio. I don't know why anyone would listen to the radio. Like, why are you doing that? Drums. Patrick Keeler. Nice Phil Keeler. These are interesting, like, little guitar fills. Alright, that was God and the Broken Ribs. There's some weird guitar playing. I'm not really sure what he was trying to do with like those little mini solos or fills or whatever you want to call them throughout the song. They were hardly like the tightest things I've ever heard. Which is like, I know he's capable of playing guitar well because I've heard him play guitar well for like 20 years. I didn't think those were like, I didn't think the guitar playing on that song was particularly good. It felt a little awkward. I do think he's definitely a better guitar riff writer and player than he is like a great soloist. Just kind of like my reservation about Jack White as a guitar player. Um, but yeah, I mean, like the riff and the groove was solid. Um, some weird Jack White lyrics, you know. Um, I thought that was. I mean, it. I think that was a solid blues rocky song. That was fine. That was decent. I'd probably go like 6.5 to 7 on that. And apparently y'all agree. All right. All right. Next up is Derico, Demonico. Okay. Home Depot riff. You'll Never Fix Me sounds like Trauma Dump the song. Is that a guitar? I assume that's a guitar. That almost sounds like a no, that's a guitar. That almost sounded like, oh my gosh, what is the name of the instrument that like Jimmy Page would play on like a whole lot of Love and Days and Confused? For those like interlude parts. It gets the weirdest fucking tones. One stream without mentioning the Zeppelin challenge. Difficulty level if possible. I feel like I don't mention Led Zeppelin in most of the streams. When was the last time I mentioned Led Zeppelin in the stream? Do I actually like mention them all the time and I don't even realize it? Alright. I still don't know how to pronounce that title, so I'm not even gonna bother. I think that was definitely better than the last song. Still not entirely sure where he's trying to go with this album or like these songs, I guess, considering the last album he made was very clearly just like, you know, just straight up some heavy blues rock, just having a good time, some very fun rock music. And it seems like he just kind of toned it down a little so far. Like he's still kind of sort of doing the same thing, but just like dialing it back a little bit. Which I don't really know what the purpose of that would be, but I think this one was better than the last one. I would just give it a straight 7. Wow. I agree, Frank, on music. Try not call the Stones / George Harrison overrated challenge impossible. I mean, okay, I don't know. I don't even think I've ever called George Harrison overrated. He's an overrated guitar player, but you know, well, he might be a little overrated. Listen, it gets brought up a lot. I don't know. You guys are the ones who bring up George Harrison all the time and the Stones, so I just respond to your statements. Alright, next up, There's Nobody There. I don't just bring them up out of nowhere, unless I'm making some sort of comparison. That's still not even out of nowhere, though. I agree, the Stones are overrated. I said All Things Must Pass is like a 7.5. The entire album, yeah, it's blasphemy. It's bloated, alright? It's true. Harrison is not overrated. Okay, we have to clarify what I mean if I say he's overrated. I do not think George Harrison is some wildly talented guitar player. I really don't. I think he's fine. But can you really name like 3 great George Harrison guitar solos? Like, I don't think you can. This is very Zeppelin. This kind of sounds like it could be a Zeppelin demo. Or just like some weird jam Zeppelin would get into in the middle of another song. Like just a weird jam they would do live. Something and Let It Be are great guitar solos. Well, at best you named two. Trying to think of what they were doing if I can. There you go. Alright, there's nobody there. He's picking up the energy a little bit. He got a little weird with song structure here, which was a little fun. If I have a complaint about it's kind of the same complaint that I have for like nearly every solo album, or really every solo album he's ever done. When he does really, really guitar-driven, guitar-heavy stuff, I would just really love it if he had some better solos. Just like more memorable, more engaging solos. His solos are not bad. I would struggle to come up with a guitar solo from him that I thought was like, oh, it's just poorly written or poorly played or something. But it seems like his solos are mostly there to just like fill space rather than like, oh hell yeah, this solo kicks ass and is super awesome or whatever. He's only really done that on like a couple songs throughout his entire career, really. Like I do love the guitar solo on the song Black Math. That solo is fucking awesome. But he just doesn't have a ton of super memorable or awesome solos, in my opinion. Because, like, I can barely even remember the solos that happened on this song. They were fine. I wasn't annoyed by them. But I would love for them to be more memorable. Or just for him to just, like, lose his mind on the solo. Just, like, make it really weird or something. Like, I know he can make it really weird because there was some really weird stuff on Boarding House Reach that I enjoyed a lot. So I feel like he can do better with solos than we're getting. But this was still, I mean, the rest of the song was still, it was pretty fun. I'd probably go 7 again. Something, Let It Be the End. Are we attributing the end to like a great George Harrison guitar solo? Like, really? While My Guitar Gently Weeps would have been the third one, but Eric Clapton robbed him of that. How did Eric Clapton rob him of, like, Eric Clapton played a solo, and the Beatles said, yeah, that should be the solo on the song. How is Eric Clapton at fault here? I don't understand. No one made the Beatles use that solo. It just happens to be, like, a better solo than George Harrison has ever played in his life. Alright, next up is Raising the Grain. I'm getting a sneaking suspicion that this album is just gonna be like solid blues rock. George could have done it just as good. Well, then he should have. Has he ever done it? Like, why doesn't he do it then? Why didn't he do it then? Well, like, it's not like he never played a guitar solo after Guitar Gently Weeps. Is there a memorable solo in his entire solo discography? I can't think of one. You hate Eric Clapton. I'm no Eric Clapton fan, but Guitar Gently Weeps has a better solo than any solo George Harrison ever heard. Seeing his entire solo discography, I feel like you've heard more than one album of his. Name a great solo then! All the George Harrison defenders in here? Name an amazing, just like a great George Harrison guitar solo in his solo career. Name one. I'd love to hear it. Judging George on his guitar solos like judging Ringo on his drum solos. Well, the Beatles didn't ever do. I don't think there's one drum solo in a Beatles song, so I don't say that comparison makes any sense. I've heard George Harrison play plenty of guitar solos. I just don't think that most of them are memorable, like, at all. And I've heard Ringo do some really cool stuff on the drums. I think George Harrison is a perfectly fine guitar player. Alright, that was Raising the Grain. That was... He got through that quickly. This kind of sounded like he was trying to recapture the energy of his last album and just didn't do that great a job of it. Like, the intensity... I mean, besides, I guess his vocals were pretty intense, but beyond that, it just felt like a pretty standard, just, like, rock song. Just, like, a little bluesy. That was definitely weaker than the last couple songs. I'll go 6.5 on that one. I guess you haven't listened to Abbey Road in a very long time then. Okay. The song Something has a very good guitar solo on it. Which, good job. There you go. Is there really another great solo on it? Like, is there another one that I'm not aware of? Like, he got one. Okay. Good job. You got one. Alright, next up is You'll Never Fix Me. This record is mid as hell so far. Hasn't done a lot for me yet. I'll agree. Oh, you're talking about the drum solo in the end? Oh. Okay, there is one good drum solo that I can remember in the Beatles discography. That's true. It's a cool drum solo. I hate it when they don't sync the lyrics. Just, how hard could that possibly be? I feel like you guys are misinterpreting that. That I like hate George Harrison as a guitar player, which I don't. George Harrison is like a 7 out of 10 guitar player, or a 7 out of 10 guitarist. This song is maybe the best one, but not anticipating this switching Apple Music anytime soon. I'm not a fan of the AI, or not AI, the UI. I want you, she's so heavy. Harrison delivers powerful blues rock leading work throughout the song. Did you like ask Chat GPT for that? Because that sounds like an AI response. Also, the guitar, I mean, I know y'all know my complaint about I Want You, She's So Heavy, and it has not changed. George Harrison's guitar tone on that song is fucking terrible. So, I don't really care what solo he plays or what he does on the song, because it sounds like shit. That might have been my favorite song so far. That was probably the catchiest one, and had probably the most, like, energy and intensity to it. I'd probably give that one a 7.5. That one was pretty fun. Paul was in Liverpool today and drove up to one of those Beatles tour buses they have, and he FaceTimed Ringo. What does a Beatles tour bus do? Like, where would it go? Like, does a Beatles tour... Are they all from Liverpool? Like, does it just go to, like, this is where Paul McCartney grew up. This is where John Lennon grew up. And then, like, this is Abbey Road Studios. That seems like a waste of everybody's time and money. Like, great. Like, just go to Abbey Road Studios. Why do you, like... A whole fucking tour bus just for the Beatles? That seems excessive. Alrighty, next up is Nobody Knows. Never heard any Jack White? Have you heard The White Stripes? Because this is a terrible starting point. Because you should start with The White Stripes. I sound like a Beatle hater right now. I love the Beatles. George Harrison was the best guitar player in the Beatles. Pretty handily. I don't understand why saying he was a 7 out of 10 guitarist. I don't see how that's a bad thing. Like, he was a solid guitar player. I don't know. I'm feeling this. I'm starting to feel this. I'm about to get unhinged as hell. That was like the weirdest drum fill. Of course, Jack White would throw Pythagoras into his song. Where would I rank his album before this one? No Name. Rank it among what? Like, what am I... Like, in his solo discography or his entire discography? Like, with the White Stripes and shit. Alright, that was Nobody Knows. Which was decently catchy. The Nobody Knows refrain was a solid enough hook. I still... The feeling that this album somewhat just sounds like a B-sides to No Name has not changed. It's still there. I haven't really heard a song that's kind of changed that. So that's where I'm at with this song too. Like, the songs on No Name are very, very fun, high energy, you know, blues rock songs that is just like fun to listen to and fun to, you know, sing along with whatever and just have a good time with. And these are just like slightly, you know, toned down versions. And I'm like, they're fine. They're, you know, the writing is solid. The riffs are pretty good. Lyrics are, you know, I mean, Jack White always has some fairly compelling lyrics. Production is good, but it's just like, if you're gonna go for the energy you had on the last album, then just go for that energy again. Don't just like turn it down a little bit. Like, either change it or go even bigger, I guess. But it seems like he just kind of toned it down a little. So it's not bad, but it's not doing what No Name did for me. I'll give this one a 6.5 to 7. Alright, next up is Dollar Bill. Isn't Jack White a big Beatles fan? Jack White is a huge Beatles fan. His whole discography, where'd I rank No Name in his whole discography? Including White Stripes, so. Elephant. Boarding House Reach. White Blood Cells. No Name? Probably 4th? It's a very fun album. It grew on me after I remember we did a review of it, and I enjoyed it, but I enjoy it a lot more now. Now I sound like a Jack White hater. Jack White has written one of my 10 favorite songs of all time. So, I have seen Jack White live. Jack White is one of very few artists I have seen live. Because the people my favorite artists either never tour, are dead, or never tour anywhere near me. So, but I made it a point to go see Jack White because I'm a fan. Have I seen Paul? I have not. I have not seen Paul McCartney. I've never even been aware of Paul McCartney going on a tour. Also, I would need to see a set list before I was just like, Sure, I'll pay the probably couple $100 it would cost to get to and attend a Paul McCartney concert. All right, that was Dollar Bill. I'm pretty sure that was one of the singles that he made before. I'm pretty sure I've heard that one because I think I listened to all the singles before this came out. I'm really looking for something new to say outside of just like, yeah, that was solid. That was pretty good. Like everything about that was decent. It was that was a nice chorus. It was a catchy enough chorus. Production was all good. Jack's vocal performances have all been good. I think he's actually kind of an underrated singer. Riffs are solid. Like, it's all good. It's not really great, but it is good. And I'm like, I know you have more in you than this, man. I've heard you do it many times. I'll do another 7 on that one. I'm going to see Dylan live this year. Hopefully the old man puts on a good show. I don't know if I can listen. Bob Dylan's voice he's a little past his prime there, so I don't know if I would want to see a Bob Dylan concert. I would also need to see a set list for that. Saw Paul 3 times. Wow. Is it like mostly Beatles songs? I mean, Paul McCartney has a trillion songs that he can play, so I would definitely need to see his track list first, or his set list first. Enjoy it if you don't mind an old man mumbling at his piano for an hour and a half. Oh, you were talking. Okay. I'm more going for the experience. I'm not expecting a mid-80s man to perform like he's 30. Yeah, I fucking need to hear Lovely Rita, obviously. What else? Like, you could just come out, play Lovely Rita, and then get the fuck out of there. Maybe an encore of When I'm 64, you know? But, like, if he doesn't play A Day in the Life, I don't know, man. I doubt he even plays A Day in the Life. Like, can he play songs that George Harrison wrote? I mean, I guess he can just play whatever. I guess you can play whatever at a concert. You're not really confined by anything. But, like, I don't need to hear him play his solo stuff. I don't really care. Maybe a couple things off of Ram, but, like, let's stick with let's stick with Strawberry Fields. Let's stick with that stuff. I would hate the set list Dylan does nowadays. Absolutely no hits besides Watchtower. It's disappointing. Pretty sure he does the Abbey Road medley most times. At least that's something. Alrighty, next up is I Can't Believe What I'm Hearing. I feel like the people going to see Paul McCartney are between the ages of like 40 to 65, and I feel like those people are like, play Maybe I'm Amazed. I'm like, if we have time, I guess, but like, there's a lot of other things we need to hit before we get to there. Did more Wings songs than Beatles songs last time I saw him. Yeah, I am not spending the money to see Paul McCartney play Wings songs. What is he playing Wing songs for? Like, maybe play one. What are you doing? I don't get why some of your older artists hate their glory as the case for pretty much every older artist. Most people, they find the silly, cringy figures much older. I think they're probably just tired of playing because they played them. I mean, they played those songs when the songs came out, and if the if those songs are like their most popular songs, then that's all people want to hear. And then just like, all right, I've played this song 5,000 times. Like, probably older. Was so lukewarm for the Wings songs and so like the Beatles songs that he asked, do we have just all Beatles fans here and Wings fans? Okay, that one was fast as hell. What was that one called? I can't believe what I'm hearing. Alright, that was I can't believe what I'm hearing. That was short as hell. Okay. That until like that barely did anything. That didn't even like stick around long enough to resonate with me. Okay. I mean that was fine. That was just really. I don't know why that was only 2.5 minutes. He could have just thrown a solo on the end of that, but whatever. All right. I'll give that a 6.5, I guess. He played plenty of Beatles when I saw him in October. I don't think Paul McCartney would come anywhere near me. Or would come close enough to me. Would tour at a place close enough to me that I could actually like justify the amount of money it would cost to go see him. Because I really don't want to drive very far to go see something that I would care about like half of. Alright, next up is Thick as Thieves. Whee! Do you think he's purposely avoiding me? Yeah. Every time I say that Lennon was a better songwriter, he's just like, I'm never fucking going anywhere near this kid. Which I think is unfair, because I consistently call him one of the greatest singers I've ever heard. Which he's in my opinion, he's gotta be a top 10 singer of all time. He's an incredible singer. I don't appreciate you shitting on his solo activities. When did I do that? He's got the best solo discography out of any of the Beatles. I like Ram more than any other Beatles solo album. Paul's favorite Beatles album is Circuit Cowboys, so that's why he's avoiding. Sorry, bud, but that's... Listen, Paul. Listen, Sir Paul McCartney, who's definitely, if he's not watching this right now, he's definitely gonna watch this, obviously. You've done better work than Sgt. Pepper. Alright? Listen, trust me. I clearly would know. You've made better stuff than such pepper. Maybe I'm Amazed is just as good as any song he did in the Beatles. No, it is not! Listen, I can enjoy Maybe I'm Amazed. It's a nice song. But no, the fuck it's not. It's not as good as Yesterday. Are you out of your mind? That one had a pretty good solo in it. That was... Good job, Jack. There you go. That one was solid. I like that solo. That solo caught me off guard a little bit because I wasn't really expecting a nice solo, but that one was good. I'll give that song a 7.5. That was pretty good. It was one of the better ones on here. You're in the minority on that one. What evidence do you have to back up that claim that Maybe I'm Amazed is as good as any song Paul McCartney wrote in the Beatles? No one has even commented on that. I don't understand where you're getting that. Are you polling 52-year-old moms? Because then I'm sure you would have some evidence. But no, it's not. It's very much not. Alright, next up is All Alone Again. This album is becoming a little one note here. But Maybe I'm Amazed is not as good of a song as Yesterday is. Oh man, hold on. I'm gonna look up. Get Chrome. Being a bitch. Let It Be is significantly better than Maybe I'm Amazed. Helter Skelter is way better. I Will is better. For No One is way better. Oh boy, this list I looked up is terrible. Eleanor Rigby? Here, There, and Everywhere? Penny Lane. Fucking... She's Leaving Home. Fool on the Hill, Blackbird, Mother Nature's Son. Hey Jude. Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, The End, She Came into the Bathroom Window. There's a million better songs that he wrote in the Beatles than Maybe I'm Amazed. Why is that rage bait? I would way rather listen to I Will than Maybe I'm Amazed. I don't think Maybe I'm Amazed is a top 20 Paul McCartney song. I'm not scrolling through these fucking lyrics anymore. This is irritating me. All right. He's picking it up a little here, a little bit here. As we get close to the end. I feel like this one and Thick as Thieves have been very fun. Have had better solos than pretty much like the rest of this album. Just like more energy. Yeah, I'll give that one a 7.5 as well. That was good. I Will is better than Maybe I'm Amazed. The only problem is it's way too short. I mean, I certainly wouldn't complain if I Will was longer, but I feel like it does everything it needs to do. Judging by your comments, Maybe I'm Amazed is a 7 out of 10 to you. I would say it's more of an 8 out of 10 song. I like the song, Maybe I'm Amazed. But, I mean... Okay, let's see. Yesterday is like a 9.5. Yesterday is a beautiful song. Eleanor Rigby, probably a 9.5 too. For No One, at least a 9. Here, There, and Everywhere, at least a 9. She's Leaving Home, probably 8 to an 8.5. Fool on the Hill, probably 8.5. Blackbird, at least a 9. Helter Skelter is a 10. Mother Nature's Son, like 8.5 to a 9. Hey Jude is probably like an 8 to an 8.5. I Will is probably a 9. You Never Give Me Your Money is probably a 9. I mean, I don't know how much I don't know how much of like, fucking Golden Slumbers Carry That Weight in the End is attributed to just McCartney. But like those 3 songs put together is a 10. She Came Into the Bathroom Window is probably like an 8.5 to a 9. Rocky Raccoon is like a 9.5. Rocky Raccoon is probably a 7.5 to an 8. I mean, I maybe an 8 to an 8.5 for Rocky Raccoon. I've never been massively compelled by the lyrics of that song, but it has nice melodies. Here, There, and Everywhere is a 10, bud. I don't know if there is a 10 on Revolver. I don't like Here, There, and Everywhere would not even be my pick for best song on Revolver. It'd probably be 3rd or 4th, and there's definitely not 3 or 4 10s on Revolver, so it's not a 10. It's a beautiful song. It's not a 10. All right, next up is She's in a Frenzy. Very short. Rocky Raccoon is a good song. It's a very good song. Are they synced up? No. That was a weird... That was almost like a moan there, Jack. I Want to Rig Me and Tomorrow Never Knows are not 10s, really. They're definitely both a 9.5. I don't know if they're tens though. I don't think I gave either of them a 10 when I reviewed Revolver. I have appreciated Jack's, I guess, dedication to just like having a bunch of different guitar tones in these songs. Okay. Is that just like... Does that just play into the next song? I don't know. Alright, that was She's in a Frenzy, which was fun. Almost a little punky. So that was cool. Probably one of the better choruses on here. Just that she's in a frenzy. That was fun. He's picking it up a little bit here at the end, which I'm enjoying. I think the ending of this has definitely been better than like most of the rest of this album. I'll go another 7.5. What makes Tomorrow Never Knows not a 10? I don't know if there's anything that makes it not a 10. I'm just not sure it hits that level of a 10. Alright, next up is Making Contact. Okay, it definitely did go to the next one. I don't know. I'm not sure why. I wonder if there's a reason that he did that. Should I re-listen to Tomorrow Never Knows after this? We are getting some weird tones on this one. This is hitting me right now. You didn't think Baby Blue was a 10 and you finally came around that. Okay, but I've been aware of Tomorrow Never Knows for much longer than It's All Over Now, Baby Blue. I don't get how the Beatles nailed psych rock perfectly, which Tomorrow Never Knows and Sergeant Pepper Star's Magical Mystery Tour never gets anywhere near that wild. Well, they weren't trying to make psych rock for those albums. This is not. It wasn't what they were trying to do. Okay. Definitely not as good as She's in a Frenzy. I'm not 100% sure on why he kind of connected those songs. I wonder if there's any reason. I wonder if like that was the same reason he decided to make them the exact same length. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'd have to go read the lyrics of those two. I'm just tired of scrolling through them. Just fucking sync them. Yeah, definitely not as good to me as She's in a Frenzy. That was much catchier. Still solid. Probably like 6.5 on that one though. Alright, we are at the end of Frozen Charlotte. We're in the last song. I think it's the longest song. Unless you want to, I don't know, this will be longer than that. Alright, Neighbors Blues. Over 5 minutes. Oh, and we're getting weird right off the bat. Okay. Well, these are synced. Out of curiosity, can y'all tell that, like, I do not feel normal right now? I'm curious if y'all have noticed a difference. Oh. I'm kind of fighting it right now. There's a rooster in my neighborhood. I can't hear it in my house, but I can hear it when I go outside. It's a little annoying. You have not. Okay. That's cool. I'm only on my third one. Okay, I barely talked about the Rolling Stones. It's crazy that their most psychedelic song came out in '66, and then the albums in '67 don't get anywhere near that crazy. I mean, A Day in the Life is weird. It's probably not as weird as Tomorrow Never Knows, considering how much like stuff on just how psychedelic Tomorrow Never Knows is. I just don't. I think they just went, okay, we did psych rock, so we don't. I don't know. I mean, I'm not them. I don't know why they didn't really try to do anything that psychedelic again. I don't know. I'm sure they could have. I just don't think they tried. I Am the Walrus is pretty weird too. It is a weird song. Oh, I don't know if it's as psychedelic as like Smart Never Knows. It's just it's just a different kind of like experimental. Blue Jay Way is very weird. It is a weird one. You want to know how sober I am right now? I was listening to that little instrumental break. I was like, huh, this song is really bluesy. And then I was like, oh, title says Neighbors Blues. So that's where I'm at mentally right now. Just stupid. Smirnoff sponsor when? Well, I think it's Smirnoff Ice, because I fucking hate vodka. I mean, the regular Smirnoff Ice is fine, but I wouldn't go like out of my way to buy it. Intoxicated off of 3. I would not say I'm intoxicated. I just feel it. Like, you don't feel it after 1, you know? But, like, once you get on the 3rd one, you're like, okay, I can feel it. You gotta lock in a little bit more. All right. That was Neighbors Blues, and that was Frozen Charlotte by Jack White. Um, I mean, that was a pretty solid blues song, blues rock song. And I almost called it a jam. I was like, it wasn't really a jam. Um, yeah, that was a solid ending to what has been, for the most part, a solid album. I'd probably give that one another 7. Which this has been a very tight rating. Like the ratings, I think for every single song on this album, all 13 of them have fallen somewhere between 6.5 to a 7.5. So there hasn't been a lot of differentiating in terms of quality of songs here. Um, I honestly think it's just because he basically took what he was doing on No Name and really just kind of dialed it down a little, which I'm not crazy that he did that because I'm not really sure why he would do that, because what was really fun about No Name is just like the energy and excitement of that album. The songs were very, very fun. They were catchy and had a lot of energy. It was just like some fun blues rock and like a little bit of like punk and garage rock in there as well. It was just a really fun album, and this album he just kind of went, I'm just gonna dial it back a little bit. It's like, well, why don't you just change the sound if you're gonna like, don't just dial it back and make it less exciting, less energetic. Like, just change it and make it different. But I don't really feel like he changed much. So yeah, I mean it's a perfectly decent album. There's not really a ton here to complain about. I don't really think he took many risks here, which I do enjoy when he does that, because I think he does have the songwriting prowess to be able to pull off some risky stuff like he did on Boarding House Reach. But it's not really risky, and it's not super high energy like a album like No Name, or if you want to go back way further, like an album like Elephant has, points. There's points on Elephant that have way more energy than this album does. So yeah, I think this is a perfectly decent blues rock, garage rock, whatever you want to call it, album. I definitely don't think it's one of Jack's stronger albums, but it's not horrible. I don't know if Jack White would ever really release something that was horrible, unless he just took like a huge swing and made something really out of left field and experimental and it just flopped or something. Um, but I honestly think he's just like probably too smart to do something like that, or like, not that he wouldn't take that risk, just that he would know what he's doing enough to not make it terrible. But yeah, this just felt very safe to me, which is a little disappointing. But it's not bad. It's fine. This is a fine album. It's perfectly fine. I would probably go a 6.5 to a 7 on this album. It's fine. It's decent. It's solid, but I would not say there's anything particularly special about it. I like Jack White a lot. That album did absolutely nothing for me. 6 out of 10 album, good background noise. Song request, please, I'm begging. Drunk song request. I'll do a few song requests. I do have to go to the bathroom first, though, so I'll be right back, and then actually I can just end the stream because I have to end the stream anyway. Alright, that was Frozen Charlotte by Jack White. That was my reaction and review. Y'all seem to want some song requests, so I'll be right back to do that. I gotta go to the bathroom first.